Anything can happen in life. One day we're at the top, then the next we're at our lowest point. Difficulties can occur in anyone's life. The only difference is in how we handle them. One can sit and cry, complaining about their fate, or they can get a hold of themselves and try to solve the problem as soon as possible without spending a lot of energy on tears and indignation. The main thing is to remember that no matter how hard and painful it is today, the sun will come out tomorrow. Even if it seems like it will never get better, I assure you it will. The main thing is to never give up. This story, which I will tell you today, dates back to 2018 when in one of the local Irish supermarkets, a notice was posted on the door that they urgently needed a new cashier. A 53-year-old woman responded to the ad. She was in search of some kind of employment. She had a lot of job interviews, but the woman was not taken anywhere because she did not have the proper work experience. The head of the supermarket was very surprised that the woman at such an age did not know how to work at the checkout and serve clients, but he did not realize that the woman had worked in a completely different field all her life, and now she simply had to get a job as a cashier to earn some money. At first, he doubted whether it was worth hiring someone with no experience, since she would need to be trained from scratch, but she asked him to give her a chance and told him her heartbreaking story. It turned out that the woman had a young son who at that time was 14 years old and a husband who was sick and needed an expensive operation, and their family needed basic means of living and food. The employer thought about it and then decided to hire her on a probationary period. But to the surprise of everyone, she very quickly caught on to her job duties. She was always accurate with money and was very friendly with the customers. The woman learned very quickly and successfully passed the probationary period. You may be wondering what the point of this story is. A woman got a job and turned out to be good at it, so what? Well, I tell you this story because this woman was no ordinary person. She actually used to be quite famous. However, today, no one recognized the great singer whose voice could be heard on every radio station 30 years ago. This humble grocery store cashier was Niamh Kavanagh, the 1993 Eurovision winner. Unfortunately, a lot of time had passed and she needed to find another way to earn a living. Her story is sad in its own way, and now I will tell you why. After her victory at Eurovision, the girl was at the height of her popularity. They asked her to work on television and she got a job as a presenter. She was given the best roles in the theater where she worked for many years, until her husband Paul had a heart attack. Now she had to forget about her career as a singer. She had to be close to her husband and take care of him, and the work of a singer, involves constant traveling and touring. So, in a day, the family was left without a livelihood. Her husband lost his job, her son was still young, and Niamh herself was left without work. But the woman did not give up. She found the strength to get a day job, something she had never had before, just to help her family in this difficult situation. So Niamh worked as a cashier for 3 years. No one recognized her, which made the woman a little sad, but she realized that her 15 minutes of fame were up. However, one day something happened that changed her life. A journalist entered that supermarket and immediately recognized the former star. She couldn't believe her eyes. What was she doing here, counting change? The girl came up and spoke to Niamh. This was the first time she was recognized, and Niamh even burst into tears because she was very pleased that someone knew who she was. The journalist decided to tell her story in the media. In order to do so, she had to ask Niamh several questions, and the woman gladly agreed. The main question, of course, was why she left the stage and got a job as an ordinary cashier. As you know, she spent a lot of time caring for her husband and could no longer afford to go on tour. The second question was what was now the most difficult for the woman, what she missed the most, and what she would like to change in her life. Niamh replied that most of all she missed the former attention and applause. But the woman does not regret anything because the most important thing in life for her is her family and to help her husband recover, and then she may return to the theater. Now her son is 17 years old and he also got a job in the same supermarket as a loader in order to help his mother save money for his father's operation. Niamh is sure that together they will be able to collect enough. So friends, the main thing in life is to remain optimistic despite any difficulties and hardships. Niamh did not give up, did not complain about her fate, that she had to give up what she loved, but she got to work in order to help her husband. Do you think Niamh did the right thing to quit her beloved job for her husband? Sometimes we have to make difficult decisions, but the most important thing is to remain a helpful person in any situation, because it does not matter who we work for or what positions we hold, qualities such as kindness, respect, and compassion remain the most important things in life. Friends, if you liked this story, then I recommend that you watch these videos as well.